all you space engineers out there. Commander Kingfish here, and I am back in Apex Survival. This is episode number 12, I believe. So there's some specific things I would like to get done today. One is get this mining ship built. I've got a projection already up, and you can see that I've kind of got started on that. So we'll get that built today. The other thing that I want to do, and I actually been doing some off-camera work. So let's go out and you can kind of see what I've gotten done so far. One of the other things I want to do is claim our buggy, our rover over there, our respawn vehicle. And so that it is not actually as a respawn vehicle. You can see some of the work that I've gotten done. I've kind of cleaned this up a little bit here. So I've got the catwalks in. You can kind of get down on this side off of here. Same on this side, so you have access to each side. Uh-oh. We've got spiders spawning somewhere. I think they're over here. Let's go see if we can collect something. And yeah, there he is, out over here. So while we're over here, we can take a look and you can kind of see what I've got started over here. Come on, highlight. There we go. Let's get that. And as you can see, while I was doing the off-camera work, lots of spiders. Lots of spiders. These turrets sure are helping a lot. I really don't have to worry too much about the spiders, as long as I'm kind of paying attention where the turrets are. So this area over here, as you can see what I've got started, this is going to be my greenhouse, or this is where I'm going to be producing all of my plants, my food, potatoes, grains, stuff like that. So I've gone through and did at least get some of it laid out here. I've kind of straightened this up. I've painted these items right here, and or got them so that they're kind of matching. Started laying the pipeline so that from the algae farm, that will end up ultimately getting fed over to the main base. And so I've also put in, so if we go back over here, I've got the stairs in off over here. I still have to put catwalks and stuff in along this side, obviously, but I'm not going to do that until I finish getting that built out. So I've got an idea. I've kind of got I did a little bit of work in creative on how I think I want this to look, and I think it'll look pretty good once I get it all done. So, but again, that's kind of the start of it. So I want to get working on that today. And so let's see, what else did I get done? Oh, I've added, so one of the things I want to do is move this so that this is not here. I've added lights. So I've got this light here, so it'll light up this area out and in here. And then I put a light in over here. So that was just some of the busy work that I was working offline, and I'll continue to do more of that as we progress along. But let's go in and see if we can't get that drill mining vessel completed. The other thing I got to do is automate these doors, get the sensors in. So there's a lot of work to do, but let's get this mining ship built and see how it looks. All right, let's get the old welder out. And I may have to get more resources, but let's see what we need here. And, oh, I got to do something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I had to make a quick adjustment in the game. And so let's see, we got that done. So let's do that. Let's do that. And let's grab some materials here. Hopefully with our management, Izzy's inventory manager in place, we can pretty much have all the supplies that we need as we're building away here. So let's do that. And I guess we can't get that one yet. Let's build that cabin cockpit. There we go. And let's see if what else do we need on here. Let me do something like this so I can kind of get up to what I'm doing. Let's go 8. And let's flip that around here. Let's put that right there. Let's see if I can reach everything. And we can get that. Should be able to just kind of get my parts from right here. All right. Oh, better eat something. I got plenty of food. I wished I could eat more than one at a time, and that's what happens is I forget. I think I need to do 2 of those. All right. Let me put another one in on this side over here. Put another block up. All right. Let's go. Put that around like that. I missed. I was going to hop up and onto the drill. Well, come on, man. There we go. So that's what I wanted to do. All right, now I can kind of do this. Get a couple of those. All right. Grab those. I tell you what, once I get this thing kind of built out, I will catch back up with you here in just a little bit. Oh. That was not good. I don't know if you saw that, but I welded up those thrusters and I think it wanted to take off. I guess I didn't have this damn rotor locked. So let's take a look here. Let's first off lock that rotor. It'd be that one there. And let's lock that. And let's get in the cab. And let's turn off. Got one off, one damaged. So let's turn those off. I think I had those on so that when I built it off of a platform, it would, and I went to cut it, it would stay up, wouldn't fall. All right, so let's see what we got here. One. Which one is damaged? Got one that is damaged. Is it? Got that one. One of them is damaged. I don't know which one it is. Let's I thought maybe it would have been one of these. Oh, I might have. All right, well, let me get back to building on this, but I thought you might find it interesting that I had a faux pas there, but I think we managed to survive without damaging too much stuff on that. So let me see if I can finish getting this built, and then we'll hopefully be able to take it out for a spin. Well, I think I've got the miner all done. Now, one of the things that I do not have I didn't put a cargo bin on here just because of the weight and stuff, but each of these is going to hold 3,300 liters, almost 3,400 liters of ore on each of those. So that's 2 ores. Plus I have the connector that will hold ore, and then the cockpit. And I guess I'm hungry. So I believe it is ready. Let me turn this thing on and see if we can. So I should be able to hit 4. They are all on. All right. Now let's pop out. And let's disconnect. First off, I can show you that if we go in here and we look at our projector, there's no blocks remaining. All the blocks have been welded up, so we're pretty good there. So let's see what happens here. Well, that's a good sign right there. Let's take this block out and this block out. And those, let's just take a couple of these back. All right. So that is functioning. Let's see if we can take it out for a spin. Now, the other thing too is last episode I was having problems with my event controller, and I figured it out. So if we go into the event controller, let's take a look at it here. And we go into here. My available blocks were the sliding doors, and when those, oh no, yeah. So what I wanted to do, my selected blocks were my airtight hangar, and I was selecting those. But in my setup, and let's see, where's it at? Setup, add blocks, event, select actions. I was trying to open and close the hangar doors. So that's not the problem. What I wanted to do was, when I opened the doors, then I wanted these to be off and on. So that's what it was. I was doing my oxygen tanks and not doing, I was trying to do the hangar doors there when I should have been doing the oxygen tanks. So once we open the doors, once I hit this, so let's do this. Let's hit the button, and that's going to open that. And that should have, the event controller now should have turned off. Let's do this here real quick. That did turn off the tank. So let's go ahead and take this out. And let's just kind of back it out. Now the other thing I want to do is, I don't think I have yet, but we'll just leave that open for now, because I think the only place I have to be able to connect this up to is right in here. That's connected into the inventory system. So let's go get a load of iron, and not a bad looking little ship. It's pretty responsive, and it's just mainly to be able to allow us to get our ore, because we're going to need a lot for that greenhouse that I've got planned. So let's see if we can get down into the mine, get in and out. Now I should have this set up, I do, to where I don't have to. I should be able to do this. And we can kind of dig down to the ore. I should have had lights on this, huh? Let's come back out here. Yeah, I got to put lights on it. Why don't I go do that? Let me put some lights on this thing, and then I'll get that taken care of. And I think what I want to do is see how well this will land. So let's do that. Let's see how well it connects up. But I want to get some lights on here, and then we can see what we're doing down there in the pit. The other thing too is I've got to get the remote set up, and then I can open and close those hangar doors from the ship here. All right. Let's see if we can get this to connect. And if we go 7, back a little bit, should be able to come down. All right. Let's connect and turn these things off. And let's go ahead and let our battery charge up. I need to put an event controller on here that will do all of that, so when I lock, then it'll shut everything down, and I'll do that as well. So let's hop out of here. Let's get out of the camera. Now we have that connected up. There we go. All right, let me get some lights on this, and then I'll catch back up with you once I'm over there ready to start mining again. Well, you probably saw that disaster. Let me hop out of here and see what I did. I managed to destroy my engines. This thing, you know what? Let's do this. Before I get too carried away, control panel, inset connector. These things are always, so this needs to be set to 0.0015. Right? And I need to be able to get up there and repair those lateral thrusters. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that was not a good move. Put that right there. Oh boy, that all right. Can I reach it? Well, let's grab that off of there. All right, those components, those components. And I'll draw. Come on, there we go. All right, let's see if we can get that repaired. So I can have my little. All right, that one should be good. All right, we should have. Let's grab that off of there. Yeah. All right, everything else. So let's see if we can get that moved over, and then we can get working on it. This is turning out to be a bit more of a challenge than I was really kind of expecting it to be. All right. All right. All right, let's do that. All right, so far so good. We're not going to connect up. We're just going to go down. And the other thing I want to do is let's get into our connector here. And connector. And let's change this strength 0.0015. Yeah, there's no damage when the connectors connect, but when you can't get loose and then you hit it too hard, especially in a hangar like this, you're going to cause some damage, as we just saw. So let's set this all the way down. Let's turn these off, and I think we should be good. Now let's see if we can see what we need to repair up here. Let's grab that. I think that was my antenna. That's good, that's good. A little damage there. All right, get that. There we go. Those are all fixed. That's fixed. No damage to that. Now let's eat a little something here. A little repair there. Oh yeah, we lost a lot of stuff back here. All right, let me get this all repaired up. And once I'm ready to go again, we'll give it another shot. How's that sound? Well, I think I am back in business. And I hear the turret going off out there, so apparently we are getting some more... oh, there's some more scrap. That's nice. More spiders dead. I'm not going to go worry about chasing them down. And let's go ahead and put this stuff all in there. Now let's see if we can go get a load of iron. I am going to actually open up the front door. And we are going to hop in the cab. And looks like the radiation is going strong out there. But we're going to be fine doing the mining. So let's see how well these lights work. And it is really radiating out here. All right. Probably not going to take much to fill this thing up. Kind of get started to where we were at. Yeah, lights are better. Take some of this out. The other thing I got to set up on this thing, it's not set up now. Is stone ejectors. So get down through the ice. Get down underneath it all here. And see how we're looking here. Good so far. And I see the iron ore down there, so let's I'm going to kind of open this up down here. That way we see if we can't get around a little bit, make it a little easier to get in and out. I already had a pretty good cavern down here from just mining. Alright, that's iron. Don't want to destroy that. Alright, I think we're already kind of being able to move around down here. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, let's see if we can get some iron. Filling up fast. I guess I did have a container on here. Try to keep level. Let's see how we're doing. Our cockpit's full. Our cargo container, our miner connector is full. Our drills are full. Pretty much. Alright. Well, that was quick. Let's see if we can kind of get out of here now. Try to keep level. Where's our exit? Oh. I got a lot of lift. But I don't have a lot of forward thrust. Ooh. Uh-oh. Yeah. All right, let's do a little bit of taking some of this out. If we can do this like this. Yeah, gonna have to make some adjustments on this thing. I need more forward thrust, that's for sure. So we're gonna have to keep it level. And we'll just kind of keep lifting our way out. And we're almost to the surface. Should be able to just about lift up without any problem. Okay. There we go. We just got to be careful. So I got to do some adjustments on this thing, that's for sure. So we'll get this back. And then lift up a little bit. So those lights did work a little bit better. And we didn't have too much of a disaster down there. We managed to get a load of iron ore. And we should be able to hook up to this connector, and then it should get emptied out. And get in here. Let's go into our camera view. Oh, there's more scrap. And there's our connector. That should... There it is. That's a little smoother. All right. Let's get into here. Let's do that. We can turn these things off. Turn that off. Put that over to charge. And we can turn our lights off. We can hop out. And where am I at? And we can close the front door. And then once that front door is closed, then the oxygen tank should turn back on. And this will become sealed again. So that's working the way it should. There it is, it's warm, and we could have oxygen pretty quick here. It's a big building, so there we go. But we don't need ice because I'm pulling it in through the vent system. So the vents are, that's hooked up to an outside vent. So that's pulling oxygen out of the air. Now, we should also see that if we go minor, and this is emptied, and if we go over to our control panel here, actually if we go to refinery, we should see that it's all sucked in there and it's getting processed. All right. Well, that was one thing I wanted to get done. And so we've got that built. I just need to make some adjustments on there. Let's see. So I've got these for forward and reverse thrust. And that certainly is not enough. I wonder if I take and put, excuse me. Well, what if I put one large one right here where the light is? I can put the light up above, and if I put a large thruster right here, that should give me enough thrust going forward. And then if I take this thrust and reverse it so that these 4 are my reverse thrust, that might be a better design. Because I think those up above are still enough to move it sideways. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do on this. So excuse me, let me get some water here. All right, so we've got a miner now. That's pretty happy with that. All right, what was the next thing? I wanted to do claim the respawn rover, and then pretty much I need to get an event controller set up on that. So let's go out. Where are we at here? It's over here on this other side. Let's see here. All right, I need to put sensors on these doors here. I'll tell you what. Let me get some lights set up outside out here, and get sensors set up on these doors, and then maybe by then daylight will come, and we can reclaim that respawn rover. So I'll be back with you here in a little bit. Oh crap. Whoa, what the hell?
Hello.
How did it spawn inside in here?
Your health is critical.
Oh. That's wrong.
Your health is low.
That was just wrong. Well, it was my first death, man. That's just not good. That's just not fair. Man, oh man. And I couldn't get my gun out. All right. I believe I should have a gun in here, I think. Do I? Yeah, where is it? There's ammo. All right. Well, let's make a gun. Let's go to production, assembler. Weapons, let's make one of these. Inventory. Should have got pulled into... Should have got pulled into here. Put that in there like that. And then I need ammo. What's that take? Oh, shoot. Back to production. I think it takes that right there. So let's 10 of those. And then that should have got pulled down to here. Well, it should have got pulled down to, where to go? Right here. All right. Well, that's just wrong. My body should be over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's in there. I don't know how in the world he managed to get... We'll get him. Come on. All right, let's go collect our stuff. That was just wrong. That was just wrong. Well, first death. How in the world did he manage to spawn in here? That. All right, well, I need to eat something. I guess I better get back to the business at hand, which was getting the sensor set up. And my bottom sensor... I think this needs to be set at 3, which I didn't quite have the setup done on it yet. All right, so that should be there. All right. That looks pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's shorten this front a little bit. And same with... the back's probably good. Let's just shorten the front up a little bit. What do we got for the front? Let's go 1.2. All right. Now let's set up our action. And we want, oh, actually I need to know which door this is. This is AH sliding door. Is that the right one? Yeah, AH sliding door. All right, let's close that. Let's get this sensor. Set up actions. H. That one right there. To open. And we want to close. All right. Now we should be able to walk over here. It should open. And it should close. All right. Eat a little more. And let's get the next door. We can turn this one off. All right. I tell you what, once I get the next one set up, unless some sort of disaster happens, I'll catch back up with you here in just a little bit. All right, I got my sensors set up, and so they're working the way they should. So that one closes, and we got this one where it opens, and then it is closing. So that pretty much will keep that building airtight, and we're set there. I had one more spider pop up, but it was outside, and the turret took care of it. So let's do that. And so the next thing I wanted to do was reclaim that spawn ship. So give me a few minutes here and we'll get that figured out. And then I think once I do that, then we're going to be pretty close to calling the video good today. I'll need to redo these jets are my turbines on here, my Atmos thrusters on here, and I can do that once we get done here. So let's see if we can reclaim that. I got my notes here. I've done it once, and let's see if we can do it again. And hopefully we're not going to have to deal too much with the spiders out here. How much? Oh, you know what I need? I do need some parts. Let's see, where do we want to do this at? Somewhere safe. I think. Let's hop in here. One of the things I'm going to have to do, and I don't want to do it right here. That's the problem. And I better watch out over here since this hole's a lot bigger. You know what? Let me grab the parts. And once I'm ready to go, I'll catch back up with you. Okay, I think I'm ready. I pulled away from the buildings over there. Hopefully we're not going to get the spiders coming around. But here, let me eat something. And I gotta dig this down a little bit so that the blocks that I place will be low enough that I can... All right. That should do it right there. That should be about the right height. So we got to place a couple of blocks down like that. And we will build these out. We're going to be able to grind these down. And once we're done. All right, so the other thing that we got to do now is, now I've already put this on here, so we've got to do a little differently. We've got to just build these out. As you can see, it says the respawn ship will be removed if we spawn a new one. So let's do this. Bring these out like this. Over to there. And then we will put 1, 2. All right. We might as well weld these up. Shouldn't matter, but we're going to go ahead and weld them up anyway. Because we're just going to remove these once we're done. All right. Now we need to, and I've got them right here, we need to add merge blocks. Let's make sure we've got these. So that one's got to be facing down. You can kind of see that. And then we've got to put one in here, and that one's got to be facing up. All right. The other thing that we've got to do, and we got to weld these up. That, like that. And then we've got to remove these 3 blocks right here. So and we'll get rid of those. And then we've got to put a landing gear down underneath. And let's see if we can get this landing gear on there. Come on. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I don't... Normally, I would have my jetpack. So let's do this a little bit. Let's see if we can dig this out a little bit so I can get low enough. Be able to add that. There, that should do it. All right. And we'll just turn that around that way. There we go. All right, let's build that out. All right, so we've got the landing gear on there, and we've got the merge blocks in place. Now we have to back up to this. And I am going to actually, instead of backing into that through that hole, let's swing around here. And let's see if we can get turned around here. All right. So what we want to do is we need to, wrong. We need to back up to where we can connect the landing gear. And hopefully, oh, yeah, here, let me do something here. I forgot, I like to take that, but it is locked. That's okay, that's all we needed to do. But let's do this. Control panel. Landing gear, I want to turn the auto lock off. So, but it is locked. All right. So the next thing we have to do is the first block, and I'll swing around here. So the first merge block, and we get over here to our control panel, and we do this. Merge blocks, where are you? Oh, small merge blocks. All right. We want to turn that off and then turn it back on. And now we should be able to, if why is that? Come on, you're wasting all my ammo over there. The spiders, they're just gonna drive me insane. Landing gear, let's unlock. And let's go see what's going on over. That landing gear is giving me a problem. But I wanted to see what was going on over here. Ah. The spiders aren't spawning as well as they had been. Let's just leave it as is. All right, so where was I at? So let's get away from over there. I'll get back over here. And now we should be able to, let's park this, top out. Oh crap. Oh man alive. Well, we are done with these blocks. Let's get these out of the way. I wonder if that was that one spider that was over there that was trying to spawn. All right. So what I wanted to show you here, so we can take these blocks all off. Take this off. Take that off. And we can take these off. All right, so if we take a block, you notice we're not getting the message, respawn ship will be respawned. But we are on the tires, so we have one more step that we got to do on these tires. Now, there's a couple of things that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to take these, we're going to have to grind the tires off, and I didn't bring enough stuff with me here. So let's go back over. We can do the rest of it over here. What in the world? Okay. We should be a little safer over here, and I can get the parts because we need to make a couple of small pistons. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is grind those tires off. So if we hop out and we do this, let's grab the pistons. Goes down here. And those, we need small ones. Make sure we got enough parts. And we're going to Be able to raise these up. Put one there. Oh, you know what? We are going to need those small blocks again. I forgot I couldn't attach that directly to... All right, now we should be able to put that piston in. 7. Put that like that. Let's build these out. We don't even need to build those out. We just need to build the piston out so that they'll function. All right, so what we're going to do, and what I am going to do, is actually lower this so that they are even. I think I need to bring that down there. That should... Yeah, that should do it right there. All right. Let's flip that. Yeah, let's do that again. There we go. All you have to do is grind these tires down and then rebuild them. And so we are going to reverse these pistons. And we're just going to reverse them. We can then, oh, the other thing we got to do is we got to grind those off because they're going to be in the way. And just grinding them down and rebuilding them right, like from here, that doesn't work. You got to grind them all the way off. All right. Thing of it is, you'll have all the parts that you need. All right. So again, the other thing we got to do is we've got to take that off. Take the fenders off, which you can always put those back on, because they are going to be in the way when you won't be able to put the tires on. All right. One. All right. One more. Come on. There we go. All right. So now all we have to do is, if we can go up here, and let's just get in from here to our control panel. Select all of our wheels and add the wheels. There we go. Now we just build them back out. All right, almost done here. And then if we go, like, take a block and we put the block, you don't get that message about respawning. So we completely own this now. So let's lower this thing. Let's get to where I can reverse these pistons, and then we'll take the pistons off. And reverse. You just have to get the tires up high enough so that you can add them back on. That's why I use the pistons, which they seem to work pretty good. All right, I know I am hungry. Need another one of these. Okay. All right. And we can take this off, that. And there we go. So now if we spawn a new vehicle, we won't lose this one. So whatever might happen, if we end up dying somewhere else, this vehicle won't get lost. And so that's what I wanted to get accomplished today. I did not want to die by spider, but that was just totally unexpected. So let's kind of look at what we got done today. We reclaimed this. I managed to, off camera, get kind of started on where the greenhouse and the farm's going to be. So next time, that's going to be our full focus, is trying to get as much of this built, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of this stuff off camera so we can get partially done on it, and then it'll just be a matter of kind of just really building it out. I got the steps in on right here, so these are all in. I got lights up. Ah, there we go. I'm starting to get some of my buffs back. Let's eat something again. And lights in over there, so this is all lighted up over here. I cleaned this up, this area, so I got catwalks in around through here. And managed to get the sensors up for the doors here, so I don't have to keep opening and closing them all the time. I figured it out last time on the event controller, so now that that's working properly, the oxygen tank's getting shut off when we open this door, and I got a miner built. We ran into a few difficulties there, but it is built. I got to make some adjustments on it. That was pretty obvious. So I think what I want to do is I'll take this light out, and I'm going to put one large thruster back behind here, and then I'm going to flip these upper two thrusters around. Matter of fact, let's see if, yeah, I'll do that. I'll get this all done off camera, and this ship will be ready to go. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. We got stuff done, not as much as I wanted. I never do, and but it's coming along. And it was death by spider today. Dang it. That's just not fair. That shouldn't count. I'm sitting here working away and the damn spider comes up. That means I'm probably going to need to put a interior turret in here someplace. So, matter of fact, I got to make a note to do that. Add interior turret. Add interior turret. And let's eat something again. Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap it up right here. All right, all you space engineers out there, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. It really does help out the video. And please subscribe. That will really help out the channel. Okay, engineers, keep your heads low, keep building away, and don't get shot. And with that, Commander Kingfish is out of here, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.